things, welcome to my channel. I appreciate everyone for taking their time tuning in to see what's going on this side of the camera. If you have subscribed with me, you're not new here, you know my heart. I appreciate it so much you coming back. If you are new, thank you, thank you, thank you for taking your time to come and see what's going on. Well, it's Friday, so it's Friday Sews. Thanks over to Jen in today in Jen's sewing room for creating this forum, this place where sewers and crafters, artists, whatever it is that you do, come and you record your videos. We watch each other's videos in support of one another, pick up some tips and tricks, and of course some techniques in what it is that you do. And then we just talk a little bit about life. So, what have I been up to this week? Well, as always, lots and lots of sewing, but this time I've done some crafting. In my crafts, I decided to make two things. I went to Joann's to get this pattern, this hat pattern. I want to do all of the versions, and I want to get this bag. I want to do all of these versions also. While I was there, I saw some fabrics and I was like, wow, I'm going to make one of my friends a hat and a bag. And so I did. I did show this as part of Reversible 2023 with Anne Marie's workshop. And I think I posted a short on this channel. But this is the fabric. And this is the hat, sort of like a bucket hat. It is reversible. It's this gray, like a ultra suede fabric. It doesn't look like a whole lot on me because it's a little bit too big, which I didn't make it for me, but I do like the style of it. I also decided that I would make the bag the same way. Here is the bag. Love the way it does that. This is the bag in that same gray, but I did make it reversible so that you are able to carry the bag on this side, of course, and then you can carry the bag on the other side. You can wear the gray hat and do the bag in the gray and the cream side, or you could do the gray and the cream hat and do the bag on the gray side. But I love the way it's made. It looks like this. I'm sorry, looks like this, and then you just take that strap and put it inside here. Now, while this is very nice, I knew the fabric was heavy and it looks like what I wanted it to look like. However, I do recommend that you use the fabric choices like the canvas, the cotton, maybe some duck cloth, because with the home decor fabric, it makes those curves that are in there just a little bit more difficult to turn and get a nice smooth finish. While I was in Joann's, I saw this fabric and I thought that I would make just another bag. It's another home decor fabric. It is 54, might be 30 inches wide. And when I got to the register, I was going to do just a hat for myself. But when I got there and the fabric was $4.99 instead of $12.99 as it was marked, I asked the lady to give me 3 yards because I decided I would make a jacket out of it. So I did make a bag, same bag as the one I just showed you. This one is lined and is sewed together where you could reverse it. That's not my intent. I just put some fun fabric on the inside of it. The forum topic is we're transitioning to fall. What are you doing to get ready? So because I really don't need a lot of fall garments, I decided that I would use some of this time to make a couple of those bags and hats because they're going to make beautiful gifts, not just for the holidays, but because I am a gift giver. So I thought that, but what I do need are a couple of jackets. I really haven't bought a coat or a jacket in a long time, and so I decided that I would make a jacket one out of that gray um, ultra suede, whatever it really is. And then, guys, I took this pattern, this pink view right here, and I started making this jacket. I showed this fabric a while back. It's cotton. It's not pinned even, so I know the pockets don't look even. It's not pinned right. I'm just looking at the buttons. But I took that blazer pattern and started making this jacket, and I'm really loving it so far. I do have to get a lining for it, but that's one of the things that I'm doing. It's for the fall moving into the winter. The other is this Simplicity 8796. I started this coat and it is so cute. I have a beautiful Italian wool, but it started getting warm during the time I was making it, so I just put it on hold, but I will finish it up. The biggest thing that I am doing is for the month of September, I am participating in Project Dress a Girl. Now, it doesn't mean that I won't be sewing anything else, but I am going to spend some time on that. I have fabrics in my stash that I will be using, but today I felt like I was going to go out. I would go out and get a couple of more pieces. So, Project Dress a Girl, I participated last year for the first time. I did 7 dresses, so I want to do at least 7 again, but my goal or my desire, I won't say goal, my desire is 10. So if you want to know what that's all about, you can check out Mari Sews for Curves, Mari Sews Curves, Mari Sews Curves, to get all the information that you need about the do's and the don'ts for the Project Dress a Girl. But I picked up these 2 cotton pieces. These are all 100% cotton in the pink colorway and the green. And what I'll do with these, the bigger girls were on my mind, so I thought I would do the t-shirt dress and get some t-shirts and then make the skirts, gathered skirts on the bottom of those. I picked up these 2 pieces because I would love to do reversible dresses for these. I picked up this one. It's awfully bright, but I thought it would make some cute pockets, or maybe the top and a solid bottom, you know, or something like that. I did pick this up. I do have like a solid blue. I have a solid purple in my stash. I may have a pink. Then I picked up these 2 to do together because I thought those were really pretty, and of course I would do reversible with those. So I'll be a busy bee for the month of September working on Project Dress a Girl. That's my my first thing I'll be doing. In between, I do have a 4-piece knit brown set that I'm working on. I have fabric for a 3-piece black set that I'm working on. I don't need a lot of fall clothes. I have several fall pieces that I made last year that I didn't get to wear. So Project Dress a Girl in between my black collection, my brown collection, and then in October I will get my coats done. So yes, I am a little bit busy. That's what I have been doing, what I will be doing. So just a little bit about life. I was thinking about seasons, you know, listening to the forum topic about how we're getting ready to transition from the summer to the fall. But what about the seasons in our lives? We do a lot of transitioning throughout the years in our lives. My life today doesn't look like it did in 2022 this time of year. In 2022, it probably didn't look like it looked like in 2021. Things are always happening around us. Things are always changing. Uh, Babies are being born. Children, your children are growing up. People are getting married. It's time for back to school. It's time for summer vacation. It's time for the winter holidays. There are always changes going on around us. And yes, we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing to get prepared? What does my life look like today? What do I want it to look like next week? What do I want it to look like 6 months from now? And then what about the things that are regular? You know that every fall season this happens. You know that every winter this happens. How are we preparing for that? Because we do have seasons in our lives. And sometimes change just does not work for somebody. Some people don't do change well because some changes are hard, some changes are stressful. People are going through a lot in this day and time, and we have to figure out how we're going to embrace these changes and make the necessary changes in our lives so that we can survive through them. How am I going to watch this person go through that change? What am I going to do to hold them up? Because that change is so hard, that they don't know if they can make it through it. And then what about the changes that are joyful, that are pleasant, where we are celebrating together? We are always going through different seasons, but God is always moving, and we have to know how to move with Him. He is the creator of all of this. And so, because the word teaches us that He knew us from the beginning, we have to trust the fact that every change, every season that we go through, He is right there going through it with us. But we got to be mindful and we have to listen, because one thing that was important in the days of old that is just important today, we have to know the times. So, yes, seasons do change mentally, physically, spiritually. But how are we getting ready for those things? How are we getting ready for those changes? And who are you going to walk through with them? Who's going to be there to walk through those changes with you? And whose arms are you going to hold up so that you could be there through the changes that they are going through? Just a little something to think about. I appreciate you watching. I really do. If you liked what you heard or saw, hit that like button, share my channel. If you have already subscribed, again, I thank you. But if you don't want to subscribe and you just like scrolling through, popping up on Donna's Things anytime you get ready, hey, I appreciate you just as much. But more than anything, ring that bell so that you could be notified every time I upload a video. I appreciate it. This is Labor Day weekend, the holiday season. As I always say, be mindful of your surroundings, be safe, and I'll see you next Friday. Bye.